Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? You know who it is, and we've got Liam joining us. We're from my area. How you doing, Liam?
Yeah, I'm all right, Porky. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, kid. Not too bad. I'm trying to do my best, keep everybody happy.
That's the way it is, though, isn't it?
Okay, now I thought we'd get on the old Taurus pear cider. Have you had it?
No, is that a Aldi or a Lidl or something like that?
It is. I've seen it in Frigid Garage, so I thought I'd bowl into it.
No matter, side of side, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, she got it. So there's loads in there. Never really been a cider man, but it's nice weather in it, so it's summer in
Yeah, I don't drink at all though.
it. Gassy though,
I
isn't
think
it?
I'm only one who comes on here who don't drink.
Don't you drink?
No, very rarely.
Julian don't drink. You used to come on. He won't come on here no more, like, but he used to drink back in the day. Sorry, he don't drink, but I think he might have had odd bud, but he's not a boozer. And not many people don't drink, do they? It's rare, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, it's because I've never been brought up around it, so it's never really bothered me.
No, no.
No, no. I see too many decent blokes turn into absolute knobheads after a few pints, so that's
Well,
probably why.
like me.
No comment.
Uh, oh, how's your dad? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah, he's come to my house today for dinner.
He's coming on channel, isn't he?
Is he? I don't know. He's been
Yeah,
on about it, but
he emailed me.
oh, did he? Oh, he's keeping it all secretive, isn't he?
He wants to hide behind camera like you.
I'll I'll be on soon. Don't worry.
Aye.
I'll
Oh,
be on soon.
good man. Well, let's get stuck in then at one part. I've got my microphone. Uh, Before I start, I'm going to pick one of these because I've got a text HQ and say what we're going to watch tonight. What do you think? Hoodlum with Tim Roth and Lawrence Fishburne, Andy Garcia, or James Cagney White Eat? Which do you think? I can't decide.
Uh, the first one, I think.
Hoodlum.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, it's good. We'll watch Hoodlum then. All right. I like the White Heat one. When you surf all night, you go through Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all that, and you think to yourself, well, I might as well just watch something that you like that you've not seen for years. Because you spend an hour surfing, then you end up arguing, don't you? About, oh, I don't like that. Oh, I've seen it. Oh, I don't like it. And I'm like, oh my God.
I do it. I do it every night. I end up watching the same film that I've watched 300 times.
So, okay,
It's
it's
usually,
Hoodlum it is.
for me, it's usually Pineapple Express or Django Unchained. I've seen them about 300 times a piece.
I waited all day for that train. My knacker's off today. Uh, let's get stuck straight in. Eubank Ben. Right, what's going on here with this, right? What do you see happening? There's a
Uh,
lot of bullshit around it, isn't there, at the moment?
there is because nobody's stories seem to match up.
No.
Everyone's coming out with different things.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's signed, sealed, delivered 20th of September, but yet nobody knows what weights are. Nobody knows what rules are. Uh, so yeah, it's not signed, is it? It's not done, is it?
Well, we keep talking about it, don't we? I'm seeing a lot of talk. It's like I'm seeing Bricktop this evening on Talksport chatting an absolute load of shit. Saying now we've got Wembley in April for Fury Usyk. First of all, how's Fury even getting that fight when he'll have been inactive? How long will he have been inactive by then? Fury, let's have a little look. When did he fight Usyk?
For December.
Well, if it were December, so he'd have been 16 months out at ring, yeah? So he's going to want a warm up or two, isn't he, like he said?
Yeah.
So he's got to get through his warm up first. And he's got to hope that Usyk gets through the bar because that's not a given with how judging goes, especially in this country, what's been going on the last few years. So as far as I'm concerned, he's just trying to hog some limelight and talk a load of waffle and just test the water. There's all sorts of obstacles see, before that fight. I mean, what we're looking at here, Joy, we've got August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. So we've got 9 months away, right? And Usyk's got a fight. He's got to fight Usyk, the best fighter in world boxing at the moment. And then Fury's got to get through a warm-up fight. Then there's going to be no injuries and no robberies. And how does he deserve that fight anyway? What about all the mandatory lads? And it's just cheeky of him to come back and just say, "Yeah, I want to fight. I'm fighting Usyk." Then Spencer Brown saying, "Get in touch with me for tickets." It's 9 months away. 9 days is a long time in the sport of boxing. It's waffle for the sake of chatting waffle, and nobody's pulling any of these up on it. Talksport are not saying about Bricktop, saying, "Well, how can he just come back and demand that fight?" It is craziness, Liam. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, it's not a given that he's going to beat Usyk. Sorry, he's not going to beat Dubois. Will Fury still want the Usyk fight if there's no belts online or anything like that? Do you reckon?
Look, he's fought him twice and got beat 9 rounds to 3 in both. They're the experts, the big top media guys, the Ring Magazine top guys, all the boxing bigwigs in the media say lost 9-3, and in one of them he had a 10-8 round.
Yep.
How does he even warrant a trilogy? Is he?
Yeah.
Just because he's running around screaming from the top of his voice like his dad, "We were robbed, pop, pop, bang." And if you say it enough in the media, people believe it, don't they? Somebody said on this channel the other day, if you keep repeating it that much, it becomes, I don't know if it was Jazz, who's back on board. Welcome to the commission, Jazz. Welcome back. He's going to be a regular now. I wasn't sure if it were Ellis. There's a few, I don't know what who said it on here to me the other day, but if you say it enough, it becomes folklore. I remember Julian once said to me something similar, and it's stolen valor, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit like John Fury, Manchester Evening News yesterday saying, "Yeah, I walked into this pub, there were 5 of them, I did them all in and got one of them presented on the table."
I know, I've just read it.
Right. Can this guy come forward and I will give you a bag of sand in cash? Just like I promised one of them 100 people he knocked out. Ask Mickey Fio this. I had £1,000 in my drawer on Eastwood Trading Estate at Women's Studios. £1,000. Not one person come through to say that John Fury iced him. So this guy, come on this channel, I'll give you £1,000 and you can tell me the story because it didn't happen.
It was me. It
was me. MI5 are not watching him from the moon. It didn't happen. You sell second-hand 55 plate Citroen Berlingo vans, John, with dodgy MOTs. You are not Bin Laden or Al Qaeda or Kenny Noy. Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable.
It was me. It was me. Can I have that grand now?
Was it you?
You're right. Yeah. You're gonna be a pasting.
Green.
No, yeah, but just even if it's the gangster who we apparently beat up, the murderer who we got involved with, or one of the 5 blokes who we did, one of them come forward, please.
Rubbish. They got beat. Usyk done him comfortably. Usyk must be looking at this. It's gone that wrong, all that. He must look at this Usyk and say, "Yeah, I'll fight you a third time. I beat you twice easily. In one of them, you took a count." He punched him all over more in the second one, even though he didn't get a count in the second fight, did he? It wouldn't a count in the first one, wasn't it? So this is how I look at it. Usyk, it's food and drink to him, innit? It's like Dubois. You want to fight Dubois? He went, "Yeah, I'll give him another roll at the dice. You want to take my IBF belt, Daniel? Just hold that for a year and I'll come back and take it off you." Do you see where I'm coming from? Usyk's not bothered because he's run out of people to bash up. See where I'm coming from?
Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you. The only thing is, I think Fury, I don't think he's bothered about belts and that and legacy. He's just all about money. I'm sure he is.
You know what? I had a threatening email. Obviously, you know, you've seen them. I get them every day. They don't really bother me. I've got off somebody going on about me and Atman are going to get took away in a van and tortured if we don't shut our mouths and put some respect on Luke Partridge's name, because I've decided I'm gonna pinch what he says. Atman, we're going to call him Luke Partridge now, not the big dosser. Luke Partridge. Me and Atman are going to get took away if we don't put any respect on Tyson Fury or Luke, aka Luke Partridge. Right, this is how I look at it. Right, nobody's saying he can't fight, but he's been carefully matched. I mean, for example, look at his best wins. Who are his best wins? Let's just break this down here. Right. I went to his debut, Tyson Fury's debut. Right? I was 38-year-old when he had his debut at Nottingham, and John Pascal fought for Oxford WBC Super
Yeah.
Middleweight. He were on and he beat this guy who was just basically a bin man, right? So I followed him years, right? And he's been navigating through choppy waters. He didn't want to fight David Price. John McDermott beat him, right? And Garneau beat him. Wallen should have beat him. They robbed Wallen, didn't they? With that stuff, it should have been stopped. That shouldn't it? Right?
Yeah.
I thought Wilder beat him at first. When people can say he didn't, whatever, but he's rode his luck. He can fight, yeah, but they're talking about him like he's this defensive genius. Jeff Powell says he's in his top 25 of all time for defensive geniuses. Why? He's been down on the floor. God knows how many times, hasn't he? Is it 8, 10 times or something? What?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I checked 5, Steve Cunningham 6, and Garneau 7. He took a counter against Usyk 8. There's another one as well. So
he got dropped early on in his career, didn't he?
Yeah, pardon?
He got dropped early on in his career, in his like.
What am I trying to make is this? How's he a defensive genius? So let's look at his CV. Give me 6 names on his CV that are top of their game. Just give me 6, Liam. You're a boxing guy like me. Give me 6 names, please. Just help me to help the fans here. And let's put it to bed for once and for all. I'm not saying I'm going to go like that, man, because he does tactical breakdowns, and I think he's fantastic, that kid. Right, but let's just give me 6. Just give me 6 names. Go on.
There ain't 6, is there? There ain't 1, is there?
6.
Vladimir weren't top of his game because he was pushing 40, weren't he? Let me think. So it was Klitschko, it was Wilder 3 times.
Right, so we've got Vladimir 1, yeah? A couple of months before he's 40 in his 68 fight or whatever, yeah? Vladimir, right? That's 1. He was a reigning champion, yeah, but it was a stinker, wasn't it? It was absolute. And if they get it to Vladimir, we'd have gone, well, God, could have gone either way, wouldn't we? So we get it Vladimir, right? So that's 1. Who's second one? Wilder?
Wilder,
yeah. The second fight against Wilder and the third, yeah? So that's 3 wins, yeah? Wilder. Who had Wilder beat? I know Vladimir had got 20 wins over champions, hasn't he? But who had Wilder beat? He beat 1 champion, Stavern, twice.
Stavern, yeah.
That's it. So Vladimir and Wilder, they're his 2 best wins. Who's his third one? Steve Cunningham, an old man who was a cruiserweight back in the day, stepping up, who dropped him, yeah?
Yeah.
That's Wilder, twice, Vladimir and Steve Cunningham. Right. Who after that? Chisora and White.
It's going to have to be.
Is that it? Is that a GOAT? This is statistics. This is fact. Is that a GOAT? No, it isn't.
No.
Richie Woodall's beat more world champions than him. Clinton Woods and Robin Reed have beat the equivalent. Clinton Woods has got 4 wins over champions, so has Robin Reed. Richie Woodall's got 5. Jamie McDonald's got, is it 6?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So this is how I look at it. So how is he a GOAT? Only because he says he's a GOAT and his dad says he's a GOAT, and they bowl in and they take over the room, and the media are shit scared of them. So they give them the platform because they do views. They've built them up into these super fighters, and they're not. And now John Fury is going along with the lie as this like Superman. His record don't back it up 8-4-1, and he's got 1 stoppage, and it's a retirement. Kid did his knee in. So John Fury's record don't back it up, so he has to go into I'm 100 an hour on hard road, 100 by my own, the life's weren't worth living. And now he's gone into this other story, and now he's gone in a pub and knocked 5 men out, and one of them were 20 stone, 6 foot odd, arms bigger than Hercules, and he knocked him out with a right hander and smashed his head through a glass coffee table. Like Steven Seagal, isn't he? Like Terminator, isn't he? So they get carried away with their own self-importance. You go look at Tommy Fury's record. What is he, 10, 11 and 0 or something? They've all got losing records, haven't they? That Roman Fury's records, absolutely ponies. Peter Fury's records, 0-1. He quit after 1 round against Dave Jules, who was a personal friend of mine. His proper name's Dave John from Doncaster, but his boxing name's David Jules. So that's it. That's this. And Huey, don't even get me started with Huey. He's probably the most talented out of the lot of them. But
I agree.
That happened for him, hasn't it? For whatever reason, he's pulled out of more fights than Warren Beatty. So That's where we're at. But the media have given this platform to talk shit, and they've rinsed it because the confidence tricksters. But nobody's pulling up about it. Only me. Pop, pop, bang. So there you go. So that's Tyson Fury's CV. Is he a GOAT? He's nowhere near. Tim Witherspoon's got a better CV than him. He just hasn't got the money to back it up. But we're in an era now where social media and the Furies, he gets it, doesn't he, Tyson Fury? He gets it, doesn't he, social media? He gets it. He manipulates every single thing, doesn't he?
It's a shame that Huey ain't got that same kind of brain power. No, to get himself out there.
I've seen Huey school him in sparring, Tyson. I've seen him turn him on his head.
I can believe it, though. I can believe it.
Ask Dave Allen. Ask anybody. Ask Big Frank from Bury. I've seen Huey turn him on his head in that gym at Bolton. I'm like, wow, unbelievable. Yeah. I've never seen that like it. So it is what it is. But Tyson's got the devil in him, hasn't he? When he's under the lights. I don't think he's got the devil in him when he gets under them lights. I don't. There's plenty of gym champions out there. Dave Allen's a gym champion, as you know, isn't he?
Yeah, there's loads. When I was boxing amateur and thinking about turning over and that kind of stuff, there were loads and loads of kids who were absolutely brilliant in gym. Then it comes to fight night, amateurs especially, they just shelled up.
Errol Christie got beat by Mark Caylor, didn't he, in a massive grudge fight. Jimmy Tibbs trained Mark Caylor at the time, but Errol Christie were like the dog's bollocks. He went out to Cronk and everything. I don't know if you followed Errol. He's passed away, sadly, Errol Christie. May he rest in peace. Coventry kid. But he's like, it's in that Bruce Lee film when he goes, your skills are extraordinary. Errol Christie, that man, everybody were petrified of him. That's the true story, that. But for whatever reason, it just didn't happen for him. And I think Huey will go down like as a British champion, but could do better if tried, or just, I don't know, just sometimes just
underachiever.
Well, after that Parker fight, I think his confidence gone. I thought he won the fight, but it was stinky and messy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll go down as an underachiever.
Okay, so Crusher Ben and Eubank too. I don't think it's going to happen. Frank Smith says it's going to happen, Spotty Frank, but I'm not so sure now. A bit like Chisora and Parker and Pulev and Hunter. They were all announced by the GAD, Gareth A. Davis. You were announcing fights that are not happening. All these people in the know. But then I just get lucky with my predictions because I just go, don't believe it, full of shit, don't believe it. Because that's what it does to you, doesn't it, this sport?
Yeah. That Gareth A. Davis is an embarrassment. Have you listened to his thing today on IFL?
Listen, do you know him, mate? He's got Eddie like that and Bricktop like that, and he's fighting Sam Jones to grab them. And Sam Jones is like, I had one of them yesterday. Well, the guy's like, well, I'm gripping them today. That's true, mate. That's what you're up against now.
I know. He said that Fury only lost by 2 rounds in his last Usyk fight. Yeah.
He'd have to say that, wouldn't he? Because he got to go interview him, hadn't he? And you know what? You know how they get out this access? What they do, you see, I'd just say, look, you got beat. There you go. If you don't want to come on Talk Sport, get yourself off. They've got to be in the company of them, and they're all shit scared of them. So what they do, they go, well, I had Usyk winning by 2 rounds, but I could see it going the other way because there were the swing rounds and they talked the sense out of a fucking backhander. That's what they do. Slimy, sneaky as they are, mate. It is what it is. Crawford, Canelo. Oh, hang on. Go on, Crawford. What do you think of that? Come on.
I think it'd be a decent fight. Massive step up for Crawford in weight. But I think Canelo has passed his best, passed his prime. He's had a lot of fights, hasn't he? I think he's into his 70th fight, I think, something like that. And I think Crawford might beat him on points. I don't think he'll stop him because he's never even looked like being hurt, has he, Canelo? But I think Crawford might beat him on points.
Yeah. Well, I've had a bit of back and forth with that Ruud van Nistelrooy's little brother, Yaz, who comes on channel every Sunday, the kid from Ponte, lives in Darrington Hotel. Been out in Los Angeles as an actor, hasn't he? I've had him on
Oh,
channel.
I don't know.
It looks like Rude Van Nistelrooy, somebody said in the comment section. Anyway, he's like, no, we have weight divisions for a reason. And I always say that, don't I? But I've just got a sneaky feeling, but I think I think he's finished now, mate. I think there's something just not clicking with him. And I think Crawford, I think his skill set I think he's up there with Ray Leonard, in that league. I know he
Yeah,
might be as quick as Ray Leonard, but Ray Leonard picked his fights, didn't he, in his career? Ray Leonard only had 7 wins over champions, didn't he? But they were selected opponents. He had a lot of wins against guys who weren't top tier, didn't he? And looked good against them, against the top tier guys. I mean, Terry Norris knackered him, didn't he?
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Reason I'm thinking about Crawford winning. I'm trying to think if I don't think that Kell Brook would have got knocked out as easy against Canelo as what Crawford made it look, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, listen, do you know Kell Brook? Kell Brook, I always thought he was a 154 from day one, me. And I always
Yeah,
we never really got him at his explosive best because he were always boiled down. That's my opinion. And I think if they let him fight at 154 in his career, I think he could have been an Iceman, another Golovkin. I really do.
yeah.
People could go, Parky only saying that keeps from saying this South Yorkshire. No, I think Kell Brook could have been an Iceman at 154 Golovkin.
He's a big lad, isn't he? He's a big lad.
He's a bit same height as me, Kel. I think, but he walks around about 13 and a half, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's stocky. Last time I seen him, and it were a couple of years ago, he was stocky, a big stocky kid.
Last time I seen him, he was in I'm not sure, an Audi, one of them Audi, 190 mile an hour Audi 4 Series jobs, whatever the A4s or something, RS4s. I seen him
Right.
buying one of them with Nicky Smedley. Do you know what I mean? 2 of them got about 4 brain cells in each of their heads. Let loose in one of them.
I know.
But yeah, I like Keltbrook, and he could have been the top dog. He could have been a pound for. I mean, he got it top 10 pound for pound at Ring Magazine, which is very rare, for a Brit. I think he got to number 10 at one point, but he could have been really up there.
Yeah,
Not
I think it'd have.
not
Oh,
Mayweather,
sorry.
that next tier down, like really, honestly, really, I think he could have. But I always thought I never really thought he was a welterweight, Kel. I never really did. Somebody walking around at that kind of weight and having to take 3 stone off. No. No, I'm not having it. No, no, no. Okay, next one on the list. Big Conk. He's interviewed Crusher.
Yeah, I watched it today.
What was that? What was that?
I don't know. It was two friends backslapping each other.
You know what? I was hoping to defend. I can't defend that, can I?
No. No, that was worse at first interview.
I can't. Well, the first one wasn't on his channel, were it? So
No.
if he gets him on his channel after everything that's been said, and then that. So people saying he saw that, and I'm like, no, he'll come good. He'll get it on his. He got him on his channel, and you just seen what happened, don't you?
Yeah. He's almost done it to rub everybody's nose in it, I think. He almost did it on purpose.
I think he just does it for attention, Carl. I don't know. What is all that about? Why would you do that? And then basically he's just got down on his knees and gone, Crusher. That's what he's done. He is a blowjob. And I'm disgusted to think that I've backed him up for donkey's years, for nearly 2 decades, and he does that.
Yeah, I know.
He's violated. It's disgusting. And yeah, I'm going to get loads of stick, but quite rightly so. But I feel let down. I feel. Well, missus has gone. Told you, and I've gone. I can't believe it. Can you?
No, that interview, it was like 2 best mates pissed up in pub.
After all that.
And then, did you hear what he said? I've got to ask you. I know I don't really want to talk about it because it's been done to death, but these drug tests, what they're all about. He literally get him like 30 seconds on it, didn't he?
Why couldn't you just do these drug tests? What are they all about? What about how's clomiphene ended up in your system, and how did you prove that you're innocent? You're saying you're cleared by 3 people. We don't count the WBC because they'll clear anybody if you pay them. How did you beat this? And is there a non-disclosure sign? Why can't we talk about it? And where's the dossier? And blah de blah. And you were going to prove your innocence and all this. Let's see the what is it 1.15 million? So that's 150 grand over £1 million they've spent. What can we see invoices? Because I know solicitors. I've known them all my life, and I've got a couple of solicitors who are personal friends of mine. And listen, they had solicitors on retainers. Matt should have them on retainers, so it's not for them to fire a letter off every now and then. They're on retainers. They are in-house media. Big Ron has in-house media. If there's a problem, in-house. IFL, I did an interview on Ingram Jones's channel in 2016, a year before I started Porky's Corner. And I said, IFL are like in-house media for Eddie Hearn, and they were threatening the Ingram with lawyers and this and that. So I told Dennis, and Dennis went, "Oh, they are they?" So Dennis ended up speaking to James Helder. They said, "Listen, you want to roll the dice with me? No problem." Dennis has got lawyers on retainers from Leeds. Roll them, and he backed Ingram. And obviously he gave me a bollocking, but he said, "Don't worry, I've got you back." One thing about Dennis, if you tell the truth with Dennis, he's one of the best guys you can ever meet.
Yep.
Dennis says, "Don't you worry about that." So Dennis set about them, and what did IFL do? They shit the pants, they didn't do nothing. All right, because they got lawyers on retainers. They don't really to threaten lawyers. Dennis says, "Listen, don't you be firing bullets for other people, James." Because it where Eddie got involved. Because Dennis and him were going back and forth with Jamie McDonald bollocks, weren't they?
Yeah.
Lawyers are on retainers, so all this. Well, we spent over £1 million. Bullshit. I say it's crap. So prove it. Load of rubbish. Million. It didn't cost that Glazers to buy Man United. 800 odd grand to buy Man United. So that a little fucking bit of piss in a cup over £1 million. God. Jesus. You're talking to me, Big P. I don't believe all that rubbish.
Frotty's been around drug cheats this weekend. Then he's been around Big Baby Miller.
Baby Miller hanging out the back of him. And Chris, with them clickbait titles. I didn't see any roll-arounds or they should be ashamed to be in the sport and all that. Miller's, what is it? 8 different substances over 3 failures, and Crusher Ben, a 2-time cheat. And everybody's swapping spit in the shower.
Embarrassing, Frotch. That's why I unsubscribed from his channel. A lot of people did.
Hey, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Who's next on the list after Frotch, Ben? Who we got?
Have a look. Oh, do you want to speak about that YB? Or is it Tyson?
YB? No, we don't really need to speak to him. Some guy in sunglasses in his bedroom. Max went to his house, you know. Big Max, Dennis was everywhere.
Yeah.
He gave Max a bit of stick, saying he's a manservant for me and all that. Because me and Max went through to that press conference, didn't we, to see Frotch. And Clifton and Mitchell wouldn't let me in. So as we were coming out, that Michael bowled out. He obviously were living in Winkerbank bus station, wasn't he? So he stayed in my little lad's spare bed. I took him out for something to eat, put a few quid in his pocket. I was right. They were mooching around my house at 2 in the morning, so I fired him out, didn't he? And they were going, "I'm going to cops. I'm going to go to cops. I've seen what's been going on here. People coming and going and all this." He got a bit stupid, didn't he? So I'm like, "Oh, God, what's going on here?" But obviously, we were a bit lukewarm, and I kind of felt sorry for him. I took him to Dominic's gym, and Dominic had his stuff under gym, under ring. He thought he were going to get his head down there at night. Dominic says, no, you can't. You can spar, but you can't stay here. We're keeping him Winkerback bus station. So he tried and do somebody a square turn, but he were crackers, wasn't he? So YB took it upon himself to get a storyline out of it, because that's what he does, isn't it? And then a bit like when me and Spencer Fearon fell out. Oh, I was frightened of Spencer and I didn't want to fight him and all that. I was dying in Turkey at the time, because I went
Yeah,
missing. I lost my phone at Manchester Airport. In fact, he wasn't playing. Bloody, but it's a long story, but I don't want to talk about him. But he got under Max's skin. Max went to his house, knocked on the door, and his mum came to the door. She was a nice lady, and she said, "Oh, I'm fed up of him." Blah blah. In his bedroom, that kind. One of them type of,
yeah,
living in his
yeah.
bedroom, punts. And that's about it, basically. He makes videos in his bedroom, thinks he's a bad man. Well, he won't come out of his house. But no, I've had several emails and people, blah, 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 you can't say this, you can't say that about Ty and Boo. Listen, let me say this, right? Any man that's a YouTuber and says he's going to sexually review a 3-year-old little girl, right, from somebody from the boxing industry, somebody he knows, I think it's quite sick. I think it's quite sick. So all you people that keep sending me stupidness to my email box, right? What does that make you all? All right, so I'm going to address it now. Show your face. I'm going to come on Zoom. Show your face. Let's see what you want to stick up for. And let's see what sort of channel you support. Because if you want to back something like that, if somebody's going to come out with something like that in their head, the thoughts are there. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. And I've got a daughter. That's how I look at it. So it is what it is. But a 3-year-old, come on. I mean, that's quite sick. But if Ty and Boo's got a problem with it, get in touch with me. All right, in between your shifts at Argos, pop, pop, bang. There you go. But it is what it is. But if Ty and Boo, the man that runs around with a copper on a copper's channel, is that what we're up against? Eh?
Yeah. Funny that he didn't get any charges.
Eh?
It's funny that he got his laptop and everything seized and got away. There was nothing found when he was hanging about with Rotherham Copper.
There you go. Well, if he hasn't got note on his laptop, that's good, isn't it? But this is how I look at it, right? Why would you say something like that about somebody who you know who's been right with you, has got a daughter that's 3 year old, and you're going to sexually review her? Eh?
Yeah, I know.
Well, I would bring it up because people keep emailing constantly. Oh, we think you're funny. We think Time Boot's funny. Why are you blanking these emails that we keep sending you to do a collaboration with Time Boot is my friend and all that? You keep poking a dog with a stick, eventually he's going to go, no, I don't want to go on his channel, and he ain't going to get on mine. Anybody who disrespects my channel, they never get on, ever. And if they've been on and they disrespect it, they ain't coming on again. This is just how I am. It's the coal miner's son in me, Liam, I'm afraid. Do you want to watch part 2 and I'll send you a link? Should we call it 5 minutes?
Yeah, all right, pal, no worries.
You can take garage and get a quick chopperoonie. I'll see
All
you
right,
in 5, kid.
right.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. One piece out. Booyaka.